we're back. Cracker mid-morning the following day. That's where we had a fire last night. Like I say, we don't like to leave too much of a fire scar. How do you reckon we've done?
Alright.
You reckon we've got any sap in those in his birch bark containers?
I'm not sure yet.
We'll go find out, eh? Let's go. I think we've got one over there somewhere and one down here.
Yeah. Looks a lot full. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's still there. Hey, sun's coming out finally. Oh yeah. It's looking good. That's not bad at all. What is it, about? Quarter full? That's not too bad, is it? Right, is it still dripping? Let me see if it's still dripping, I can't tell. Anyway, let's go check his other one out. That one's over here somewhere. See how we get on with this one. Oh, this one's done better. This one's totally full. Sweet. Well, berserker gang, it looks like we've got enough for your wine, doesn't it? It's going to taste good, that as well. Right, what we need to do now is we need a bit of dead wood, but preferably a piece of birch, and we'll make a plug for that hole we've made, and we'll plug that up. Let's get on with it. What we need is a plug that we can tap into that hole we made with my 18th century handle. I use the same wood. I use the same wood from the tree. So if it's a birch, yeah, obviously birch because we're doing birch sap. So the plug is going to be birch. There it is. A plug. Right, let's do first then. You still recording?
Yeah.
Come on then. I thought this tree would have given us the most, but I guess not. Right. I know why, because pipes got kinked. Look, I said that, didn't I? It looks like pipe kinked a little bit. Alright, it's definitely stopped. There's a bit of wet on the tree, so we'll pop that there in a minute. Are you filming? See if this wedge is right size. There it goes. That's it. That will stop it bleeding itself out now. There we go. Spring's definitely getting here now. How are we getting on with that other wedge?
Alright.
Clear it bark off. Do you know what I forgot? I forgot to bring a cup to test his sap. We'll have to do it at cabin.
You could always use his teacups.
Yeah, but they'll have coffee and tea in, won't they? You got that done?
Yep.
Sweet. Yep. Let's go and do it. Fire undo bottle and I'll trout back. Have you done it?
Yeah.
Right, ready? Look at that, it's still proper flowing as well.
Yeah.
Excellent. Look at that. Never stops. fresh water. Take a swig. It's kind of sweet, isn't it? Right, make sure we get all that debris out of there. We don't want to cause it any problems. Right, yeah, that's right, won't it? That should stop any problems for it. As natural builder's cork work, didn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Come on then. There's the spoils. That's one evening's work. So what time did we come last night? About what time do you reckon it were? About 5:30, 6, something like that?
Yeah, about 5.
Yeah. And it's mid-morning now, so that's what we got. I think this one, we ended up with a kink pipe. I think that would have been full, but what can you do? That one's totally full. I reckon we've got enough for what we need anyway. Right. I need my hold that. I brought some pine resin to block the hole up in the birch bark container. That should help us transport it out of here, shouldn't it? Yeah, it's spilling everywhere. Yeah, that pheasant again. Oh, well, made it back finally. We aren't spilling too much of our birch sap in my makeshift bottles. We'll get this going and we'll make some wine. That sounds like a good idea to me. Alright. If none of you are familiar, I built this cabin a few years ago, then we relocated it. And here we are. It's called the urban cabin because it's in the middle of a huge city. But you know it is. We don't all live in woods. Liquid birch bark. Worst matching well. Oh, if you want to see how to make a log burner like that, by the way, it's on my channel. Check it out. Let's get on with this. So now that the fire's going, we can get on with this. What did we end up with? We ended up with about, what's that, about 3 or 4 litres of birch sap, which I think will be fine for what we're going to do. We're going to make 1 gallon of birch sap wine. We're going to make it in a demijohn. We're going to do it old school way. We're not really going to add much. We're going to add a bit of sugar and some raisins. That's about it. It really is going to be basic. I think first things first, big swig of beer. Oh, and then we'll get this pan, which I've got down here. It's already warmed up because it's been a log burner, and we'll get it up on this stove, get it warmed up, get this boiled. Well, not boiled, but we'll get it up to temperature and go from there. There we go. That should do it. Let's get this lit. Which one should we have it on? This front one, I think. If you're wondering, Birch sap taste, it's got, what can I describe it as? It's sweet, obviously, but it's got, if you've tried any of them like fake milks, like the nut milks and nut milks and things like that, it kind of tastes like, think of like a nutty, sweet drink. That's the best way of describing it. I heard it described as a silky texture. I would agree with that. Alright, that's on, that's on. I'm not going to boil this, I'm just going to get it warm so we can melt some sugar into it. I'm going to melt about 500 grams, half a kilo of sugar into it. I've got to say, this is a strange feeling videoing this. I feel like I'm on one of them flipping cooking TV programs that our last watches. Oh my days. It's warming up now. We're getting there. We're getting there. Shall I give you a look? And these are ingredients we're going to use. I've got some basic wine yeast. This is what I sterilised out all my containers, you know, the demijohn and everything with some stabiliser and cleaner. I've got an airlock and a cork. I've got some raisins. The golden raisins are for me to eat while I'm working. And 500 grams of sugar, and that's where we're at. Ooh, that fire's getting warm now. Maybe I should just put it on there. Oh well, we'll get on with it. You don't have to just make wine. You can just drink this straight out of the tree. It's a fantastically refreshing drink. But you can make syrup with this. I could leave it to boil in here. We could just keep boiling it down, keep taking his bucket out and keep filling his bucket, just keep filling it. We could boil it right down until we got like a syrup. It's not like a thick syrup, but you know, a watery syrup, and it's very nice. It's very good. I wish I'd do that next spring. So for this year we'll make wine. Finally getting warm here anyway. I think we'll add that sugar. Sounds like my boys here. You're in a cooking show. I'm just melting sugar into it. You're on camera, by the way, look.
Yeah, I see.
It weren't sweet before, it is now. What I'm going to do, I'm going to melt some sugar into here. When this is all melted into, we'll pour it into demijohn. And then we'll add a bit of spring water and there's yeast and there's raisins. That's melted nicely into there now. What are you up to?
It's the guys as well.
Messy.
I don't know. They just playing some video games and stuff.
Tired out after your BMX and scooter riding.
Not too bad.
Had a good day though, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You want to keep staying with that?
Yeah.
I'm going to take my jumper off because it's getting warm in here now.
How much I put in?
Chuck a bit of sugar in there, lad. I don't know, about half that. Stir it as you do it. a bit more. There you go, that'll do. Stir it on in. You feel like Rick Stein?
Yeah.
I think I'd be more a Gordon Ramsay, don't you? I don't think YouTube let us swear anymore, do they?
No.
Do you mean no, you're not allowed to swear? I think you've got all that sugar dissolved in there. Let's turn this heat off. That cooled right now. I'll turn it right off. And we'll let that cool. We're going to have to let that cool for a little bit now. You can't put yeast in it while it's hot, obviously. So I'll tidy up. We'll set this all up. I'll let that cool. We'll be back in a second. I keep having to turn my tunes off because of YouTube, obviously, and the copyright thing that they have these days. It suddenly seems very quiet. All that is in there, all I've had them is soaking in is the sterilising solution. There's the airlock. Some water in there. That's it. Right, next step. Where were we at?
At the starting of the week, at Summit Talks, you'll hear the...
Ooh. Can't have that on. Silence again. We're going to get the birch sap and the sugar into the demijohn now. Add some spring water to top it up if you're enough. Let's go. Hopefully I won't spill this everywhere. Which probably will, seeing as it's on camera. That's not bad. That's not a bad amount at all. And where's them raisins? I'm going to add a handful of raisins in. Just plain old raisins, not them ones because I'm going to eat them. Golden raisins. Just get these, I wonder if they'll go through there. Oh no. Take two. Yes, I've been doing this about 10 minutes off camera. You want like say like an handful, just an handful of raisins in there. It'll get a little bit of flavour, get a bit of body. Collect all my drop ones up. There we go. Like I said, I'm just going to top that up with spring water. Don't go to the brim, else it'll all flow outside as it starts fermenting. Sometimes it can get pretty violent. I think that's still just a bit too warm to put any yeast in. So we'll skip back to that in a minute. I think that's about cool enough now. You've got to let it cool down, so when you drop yeast in it, you'll just kill yeast. All yeasts are different, just repackaged. This one you just put basically, I think it's a teaspoon into a gallon. Yeah, just a teaspoon into this. Yeah, it's definitely cool enough now. And that should be it. It really is that simple. That's it. We're going to leave that now somewhere fairly warm for about 3 or 4 days. It'll start to ferment, hopefully. Start to really bubble up, you'll see it all churning. Then we'll decant it, we'll take it out of this demijohn, put it in another one, leave all them raisins behind then, and all other sediment in bottom. Once we've done that, we'll just leave it. We'll leave it till it stops bubbling. Once the bubbles stop coming out of here, once the yeast all dies off, once it's out all that sugar, we'll just leave it. Then we'll do a taste test. Once we've tasted it, if it's real good, which it should be, we'll bottle it up and then we'll stack it away till next spring. Well, if we can wait that long, maybe midsummer, but we'll see. It's best to leave them, 3 months, 3 or 4 months after it's finished fermenting. Other than that, that's it.